hard decision to make?
No, definitely not. It was pretty straightforward from my side, and it was just a waiting game on the club, and thankfully we came to agreement and here for another 2 years.
Absolutely, and has the momentum of the team, has that helped?
I think just obviously from day one coming in, seeing the plans now with what we're trying to build here, and obviously you can see in recent weeks how well the team is performing, and it's an exciting group of lads, and for me to be part of that, yeah, it's fantastic.
And is captaincy something you want to continue as well?
Absolutely, yeah. Listen, to be leading the lads out week in, week out, yeah, it's fantastic. The boys make my job easy as well on a day-to-day basis, and it's a great place to be around.
Yeah, you must be chuffed with how you guys are going at the moment.
Yeah, obviously still a long way to go, and from a difficult start to how we're doing now, it's yeah, it's very positive. But we just got to keep it going. I think not get carried away. There's some tough games coming up, and the boys are, yeah, they're level-headed.
Absolutely. And were you offered longer than 2 years? Like, was it sort of, did you go to and from on that?
Yeah, obviously we talked about the future and what we want to do, but from at the moment, not get carried away and just get the 2 years in motion, and then we'll see what happens after that.
And Alex is a pretty good signing as well.
Yeah, fantastic. I think that just shows the club's ambition moving forward, keeping your best players and wanting to grow this football club. And yeah, you have to do that with how well he performed last year and this year now. And yeah, it's going to be a phenomenal few years, hopefully.
Absolutely. And lastly from me, just expectations of the rest of the season.
Like we said at the start of the season, I think playoffs is where we're headed to, and that's where we want to do. It's a difficult one because you know how everyone's still chipping away and nicking points off each other. So it'll be difficult, but that's our target.
And do you see yourself finishing your career here, like the 2 years going to be here?
Yeah, I definitely see myself finishing my career here, enjoying my football, and I think this is the perfect place for me.
What are your personal goals for the next couple of years?
For me, to win something, I think that's why you're a footballer. You know, you're here to do one thing only, and that's win. So for me, it's first and foremost, let's get in the playoffs and let's see where that takes us.
You obviously hoping for a home playoff?
I'll just say however it is. I don't care how it is. Just for me, get in the playoffs, and then we'll take it as it comes.
When you came here, Stephen, did you think that this would be, yeah, kind of for your career? Were you hoping to stay long term in New Zealand?
It was always a difficult one. I think a lot of people at the time, the question with the football club, how it done in recent years, and how it would go with me, be here for a year, or how it would be longer. I think after how well the club did last year, and then better this year so far. So hopefully we'll see where it takes us.
Yeah, because what do you want to achieve here? Like, do you think the way that the team's going and the fact that it's such a young group that you know you could win some silverware here?
I think that's obviously everyone's goal, and I think you look at what the club are trying to do here, obviously promoting the young players coming through, and they've stepped up to the plate. And I think to be part of something special and create something like that is definitely what I want to try and do here, and help the young boys who are coming through and to make them better players as well. And for me, it's great because I get to test myself against them, and I'm always learning as well. You know, you're never too old to learn, and I'm around a fantastic group of coaching staff and the players as well on a day-to-day basis. Seeing the young, hungry players coming into the squad and taking the chance when they're given it, it's great to be around. And I think from Wellington, where it was a few years ago, to where it is now, we're definitely moving in the right direction.
And are you still happy with the way that you're performing? Do you feel like you're able to contribute a lot, and do you see that staying the same over the
Absolutely, I'm feeling good. I think it's obviously down to the training and the strict everyday life, how I treat myself, look after my body very well, and I'm around the right people for that. You know, I've got a fantastic strength and conditioning coach here who is on top of me every day, and definitely helps, I think, having that kind of strictness around you.
Yeah, and there were a lot of players left in the off-season. Is it good to have the security now to have these moves been made so early?
It's important. I think that's one of our downfalls for last year. I think when you look at how we were doing to the back end of the season, all the kind of speculation with the players, what's going to happen with them, and come the quarterfinals against Melbourne Victory, it wasn't a good, obviously, situation that I think we're in. You know, because players didn't know if they were coming or going, and I think some players had deals sorted elsewhere, and it wasn't good for us. But I think now that kind of side of things is getting put to bed, and the players are obviously happy they're getting their futures sorted out earlier. Yeah,
because do you think the majority of the players are wanting to stay? I mean, Ufuk's made it pretty clear he wants to keep as many around as possible.
I think, yeah, if you speak to the boys, I think the excitement's definitely there from all the lads. I keep going back to last year, but there was, I think, 60% of the A-League, you know, out of contract, and for me to come over here and start to understand that was crazy. I think it just seems to be like a new kind of group of players every year coming in. And I'm glad, like obviously the manager's coming now and doesn't want that. You look at your successful teams that you've had in the A-League, your Sydney's, your Perths, they've kept theirs and they've built the squad over years, and I think you need that. And you look at the successful teams back home, especially in the Premier League, that's what they do. They build a squad for 2-3 years, and like the old eras of Sir Alex Ferguson, he had his built for 5 years plan.
Yeah, because do you think the start of the season when you lost those 4 games a lot was down to the fact it was such a new look team?
No, I thought we were playing good football. I think like the boys bought into what we're doing, we stuck by it. We weren't we were just getting the rub of the green. We hit the post, the bar. It wasn't going for us, but we're still dominating games. And I think you look at it now. There's been some games. Western Sydney, we didn't first half we didn't play particularly well, but I thought we got the result, found a way to win. And that was a positive side. When you start to play poor but win games, you know you're heading in the right direction there.
Yeah, and you're 6th place at the moment, but I think only 4 points off 2nd place. Do you think that that finishing high in the playoffs is within reach for the Phoenix?
We don't get too ahead. I think Central Coast is the main focus, and we let the outside world, obviously the media and all your fans, let them talk about that. For us, focus on our job, take it game by game, and just don't get ahead of yourself.
Sorry, were there other offers on the table?
Yeah, but the thing is, there's nothing like, I'm happy here. There's why go somewhere else where you're enjoying your football. So for me, it's long term. I said at the start of my contract here how I loved it and how everything's going well, and I stick by that. And the boys have been different class with us, coming in here every day, big smile on my face, doing something I absolutely love, and bought into the Kiwi mentality of going on and getting used to how everyone lives the life out here. So I'm loving it.
Is that sort of what made you pick the Phoenix?
It's something different. I think not that. I think I came here for the hunger. When I first signed, it was a new challenge for me, especially in the recent years. You see what happened with the Phoenix, and I want to be part of something special. And something last year it's like baby steps. But I think that obviously the club is going forward and it's moving in the right direction.
And was Ufi a bit of an influence?
Of course he is. I think you look at him, he breathes success everywhere he's been. I think the career what he's had, and I want to learn a lot from him as well. And I think when he even joins in football, he doesn't look out of place with the lads. So yeah, now listen, he's done well, and I think it's massive credit to him as well for how well the boys have been playing, sticking by the game plan. Something different to a lot of the lads are used to, the way his high expectations are, his demands on a day-to-day basis, but he just wants the players to be better.
Yeah, and you guys look like you've been taken more seriously now as sort of the silverware. Is that something that's kept you here as well?
I think, listen, we all believe we can win. I think that's the main thing. If you ask the teams over the past few years, do you think they could have won? They probably would have said no, but the confidence that we've got here, great bunch of guys, but yeah, we definitely want something.
What do you love most about Wellington and Phoenix that made you want to resign?
I think it's just the everyday kind of life. You could come here on a good day, everyone talks about Wellington, being windy Wellington, but I've loved the place from day one, and for me the people here, very laid back, and they can't help you enough, and I think it's been fantastic, and I've really grown to them.